my first time in Oregon, like leaving Portland. Out here, like along the Hood River, driving out here to Grasslands Barbecue. They do have grass.
Yeah.
It's, like, not false advertising. And they have barbecue. It's fantastic. Like the brisket, just incredible. I mean, just smoky, juicy, peppery. Fat was like butter, and the cheesy sausage was truly something special. I love the smoke they get on it, and that nice crispy skin. So
Excellent.
Welcome to Grasslands Barbecue.
Welcome to Grasslands Barbecue.
Welcome to Grasslands Barbecue. Spare no expense.
Hey, what's up? This is Kevin from Kevin's Barbecue Joints, and this July I crossed a major barbecue joint off my barbecue joint bucket list, Grasslands Barbecue in Hood River, Oregon. I figured I'd give you a scoop during this time lapse. This was filmed at Ferment Brewing in their restaurant, and it's overlooking the Columbia River. And if you look in the distance, if you can see people kiteboarding, kite sailing, whatever they're doing. It's such a beautiful, wonderful place. The guys at Grasslands, Drew, Brendan, and Sam, are just fantastic humans. There's three main reasons why you want to visit Grasslands Barbecue. It's because of the three guys. It's because they have fantastic food, and the location is like heaven on earth. It was one of the hottest days of the year, and it was still like heaven on earth. Hood River, Oregon is about an hour from Portland. The drive is just gorgeous. We saw two bald eagles on the way in. There's a number of places that you can stop on your way in. There's a beautiful waterfall. I think one of the most picturesque waterfalls in all of Oregon. But also, you're traveling along the Columbia River, so it's on your left-hand side as you're going from Portland to Hood River. Huge trees, majestic. I know, me coming from California, it was just spectacular to see. This is the three guys. Here's my mom. She was my co-pilot during this. This is a big deal that she was able to come. There's a top shot of Grasslands Barbecue. You can see where the parking is, where Ferment Brewing is. This is the Hood River White Salmon Interstate Bridge. We stayed at the Best Western Hood River Inn. It's right here. This is a picture of it at night. This is where you come in. It's not that expensive. You're right on the water. This is them at night. We got there on Friday night. During the summers, they're open on Fridays, but they're generally open Saturday and Sunday. You could check their social media. Fridays, they had brisket melts and their burger. Both fantastic. Just both killer. Here's a tracking shot. To the right is Ferment Brewing. In the distance, you can see their trailer. People sit and wait and lounge. This is kind of where you pull in. You start to pull in. They're on the left-hand side here, but there's tons of parking here, but there's lots of parking to the left. They're open Saturdays and Sundays, as I mentioned. When I visited, they're open Fridays. They're closed December 15th through March 15th. Their first service of the year is always the annual Seattle weekend back at the brewery, at Ferment Brewing, that's where they started their pop-ups. Here's kind of a walk around of the back with their wood, with their pit. They have a Harper pit and another pit. They just got in look how classy that is. You can see my shadow. They just got in a 1,000-gallon mill scale, I believe, this weekend. Just wanted you guys to get kind of a look and see of how their whole setup is. You line up to the right. You'll see in a later video. There's that red device right there was for chopping the wood, for splitting the wood. So here is where you would line up. To the right is their brewery, and there is an elevator if you want to go upstairs. There's their bathrooms up there as well. And look at this. It's just picturesque. It's gorgeous. I've really never been anywhere quite like this, especially for barbecue. Another kind of quick look at their pit. You can see Daniel Vaughn in the distance. Traditional menu. There I am on the right with Sam, Daniel, Brendan, and Drew.
Can I film a little bit of the trip?
yeah, sure.
Cool.
That is fucking spread, dude.
I thought this was cool because it gives you a chance to see how Daniel operates when he visits a barbecue joint. One thing that I did learn, which I hadn't been doing before, was to open up the sauces when you take a photo. So that is a good piece of advice. I'll describe in detail what the offerings are. For their proteins, they had pork belly with ginger soy vinaigrette, black pepper chicken thigh, chicken hindquarters with smoked jalapeno Alabama white sauce. They had a hatch cheddar sausage, pulled pork, brisket. Oh, just killer. Again, kind of a glimpse of what their location is like. This is the walk up. There's a bunch of benches in the shade, a bunch of picnic tables in the shade. So that's where we sat. They had a decent line the entire day, so make sure you do get there early. People don't mind waiting. And to the right over here, right behind me, which you cannot see, was someone from Ferment Brewing with a bunch of beers, as well as selling beers, as well as cold drinks. The sides that they had were smoked corn with charred guajillo salsa, cilantro crema, and cotija. They had a Tex-Mex slaw, which has black chili vinaigrette, pickled red onion, cotija, and pepitas. They have Cajun dirty rice with pickled celery and mac and cheese. Oh, and they also have these tahini colada. They call them tahini coladas. So they use tahini, frozen slushy. It's their non-alcoholic version of a pina colada made with real fruit juice, up with a maraschino cherry and tagine rim. This is a little time lapse. I was playing with a little time lapse of them getting things together. It was just fantastic. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a bunch of photos at the end of this so that you got a chance to really kind of see the depth and breadth of what this was. That was Daniel taking a photo of the guys. There's proof. There they are. Such good dudes, such hard workers, and especially that weekend, that was crazy. They actually did a collab with Ferment Brewing. That was their collab right there. Delicious pale ale. There I am with Daniel. It was hot day. I also want to show photos. They do tri-tip, they do pastrami. These weren't available that day. They mix things up all the time. Super creative. And I can't thank the guys enough for such amazing hospitality. If you're ever in Oregon, if you're ever in Portland, if you're ever in Seattle, it's only 3 hours from Seattle, you must visit Grasslands Barbecue. It is superb.